It's starting to get a little chilly outside, so now's a perfect time to talk about creating a habitat pile to help support biodiversity in your garden. So the Ponds and Pollinators project is all about enhancing the space that you've got available to you to benefit wildlife and biodiversity. And with winter just around the corner and things starting to die back in your gardens, now's a perfect time to make yourself a habitat pile. So habitat piles are super cheap, super effective and super simple to create. It took me about a minute to create mine. I tried to make a time lapse of it and the whole video was about 5 seconds long, so that really is testament to how easy these are to create. There's an old saying that dead wood is good wood, and that's because it provides shelter and food for insects. It also provides a habitat for fungi and mosses, as well as providing food for creatures further up the food chain such as birds, amphibians and also hedgehogs. So by creating a habitat pile using dead wood in your own garden, you're helping to support that ecosystem and create a more biodiverse garden for yourself. So let's take a look at the habitat pile that I made. So this is my habitat pile, and as you can see it doesn't really look like much, but the benefits it can provide to wildlife in your garden are massive. It's got lots of little spaces in it for insects to live within, and they can burrow under the bark. Habitat piles can come in all shapes and sizes. They can be big, small, they can be nice and neat, they can be really messy and wild. It really does depend on how you want to do it, and it really doesn't matter how you do it because in the end it will still benefit wildlife in your garden. Choosing where to put your habitat pile is really up to you. If you've got a little corner of your garden that's unused, then it might be best placed there. But to get the most out of your habitat pile, you want to be keeping the logs and wood within it damp, and you want to be avoiding direct sunlight. So for me, my garden is mostly patioed, and that's why I've chosen to put mine within a planter where I can utilise soil to keep the first layer of logs damp, to aid decomposition and provide food for insects living within it. Now by doing this, I do limit its usefulness to creatures like hedgehogs, but then it's still accessible to birds who will be able to forage within the wood for insects. If you have a wildlife pond in your garden, then they're brilliant situated next to that because the insects feed any amphibians you've got living within your pond and also can provide shelter for frogs or toads. So there you go, super simple, super easy to do, and doesn't take up much room in your garden but can have great benefits for biodiversity. So let me know in the comments below if you plan on making a habitat pile for your garden. Post any pictures to our Facebook page at Wild at Ancombe, and we'll see you in the next video.